the feast of what has sometimes been referred to as the grandparents of the Lord, Joachim and Anna. We think of those who have gone before us, for the grandparents are very important. And when a child plays with a good grandparent, he's playing with two generations gone by, but still there for the time being. And though they seem to be just a part of the family, they are also a part of humanity and a link with an ancient human family that has gone before us all. And we jump 50 years at a time. I remember actually when back at home my mother showed me something which brought back memories of when I was a child playing with my grandmother. It was the book of nursery rhymes which she had as a child, and her name was scrawled in it here and there, and I still have it actually in the Hermitage. And we learnt some of the ancient nursery rhymes passed on. But these nursery rhymes have been heard by many, many generations, and the grandparents, as I say, are handing on about 50 years of ancient time, as it were, and on it goes in these jumps of 50 years. So we can go right back, and indeed it is said that, for instance, a ring of roses, a pocket full of posies, a tissue we all fall down, goes back as early as the bubonic plague. And the people were coughing and spluttering, and they came out with these things on their cheeks, and they died, fell down. Well, who knows? Certainly these things have come down, and right now in some cultures are not necessarily being handed on, because other things are taking over, notably video games and modern toys, which have a different, as it were, psychological effect on a child, far more interesting, as it were, than the actual real life of grandparents, who maybe had more to teach them. But it's also the same in a monastery. Some of the new congregations born in the charismatic renewal in the 70s and 80s in France were full of young people, but sometimes the balance of the more senior members in an older monastery would not be there. I remember being influenced hugely by the more calm, mature senior members of different monasteries. Remember at Roscrea, we were burying a very holy priest, Father Canis, who because of his penance shortened his life. He died at the age of 74, and they were preparing his coffin. And I remember it was Brother Emmanuel, who was quite a bit older, he would be in his 90s or so, who was preparing it. And I remember comparing how age affects us all in a different way. So I wrote these, one about Brother Emmanuel in his 90s, and the other about the one that we were preparing for the grave, Brother Canis, with whom I actually worked. We hand on life, and time treats us unequally as regards how much we have of it and the way it affects us in our body. Old age. The years have moods, or these are greying hairs, as all these others that still fair and are refine the light of day. Our body bears the load of time, as doth the new oped flower that wafts the acme of its youth away before our eyes. these eyes that have known friends too fair to be fair long. Is it a day, one more, just one, that sighs, here, growing ends? And be there some that were not meant to die, but to be plucked still living? Lord, the years that cover their forerunners with a lie, forgetting what they were, will they have tears? Not for the stooped and shriveled that walks on, but for the shriveling of some day long gone.